When Women Speak and New Jersey Poetry Events presents When People Speak, Poetry and Conversation with Pop-Up Poetry Guests. This gentleman, this brother, he is really doing some phenomenal things in the poetry community and in the art community as well. And I'm so happy that I met him. And it's a true testament that social media can be used for good, that not all the time is it bad, but you can meet some very phenomenal, heartfelt people and that are doing some real positive things as well. But I want to give this gentleman by the name of Raymond Tyler his due and give him his accolades. He's a native of Atlantic City, and he serves on the Atlantic City's Arts Commission. He also has contributed writings to the Source magazine, as well as Vibe and the Essence. So, he's doing some big, major things in our community and abroad. He also writes for his hometown magazine, The Shore Local and Atlantic County. He's a producer of 5 weekend radio programs on FM 106.5 WPPM in Philly and on FM 91.7 WLFR also in Atlantic City. And this coming October 6th, he's debuting a new arts Zoom show called Tuesday Night Love Letters. And on October 15th, he has his visual art painting being displayed, Jazz Around Midnight, and it will be installed at the Atlantic City train station. So help me at this time bring to the stage and to the platform the one, the only, Raymond Tyler.
Yay, Raymond.
Yeah, thank you for not reading that long dry bio I sent you. Unfortunately it was longer than that, but what can I say? I'm trying to keep myself off the streets. I'm trying to stay off the pole. All right, so I'll get right to it. Okay. I do not hate America. I'm not for tearing it down. I'm for building something new. I'm for actions, because actions are more important than just casting a ballot and going home. Because of the long years that America has forced me to wear a dirty t-shirt that says second-class citizen until the next minority comes along. I could forgive all that. I could forgive the nasty t-shirts you made me wear that said dummy, sex fiend, angry black man, black bastard, bastard maker. And my mother, my father, my preacher, all want me to forgive all that. So then when I pick up the word revolutionary, I'm not only fighting America and Obama and Biden and Trump and the House and the Senate and local government and Republicans that hate me just because I'm black. Not only am I fighting Democrats that pander and treat me like one of the good ones, because Democrats think I'm stupid and I'm black. I also have to fight my own family, happy for scraps of dignity handed out by good white folks. And yet I could forgive all that. But I have a niece, and you have children. And there are students that are watching me go to work every day as they go to school. And for the future that's being raided by the Republican Party, for the future that's being compromised by the Democratic Party, for the future that's being sold out by every president ever, for the future that's sold to my parents for their right to vote, attacked by my colleagues for my right not to vote, for the classes that will either march to prison or to college in the 21st century. I cannot forgive all that. I cannot just get along or go along to get along. I cannot just go along with the program as long as the program is Real Housewives, MTV Cribs, and the same old 21st century minstrels with the same 19th century goals. I'm a rebel, so I rebel. I am, however, not here to pass out guns or bombs or bats or to take your ballots. The real weapons are counter-cultural ideas. And freedom today is, as it always has been, starts with a thought. So live free or live trying. That's my poem.
Nice.
That was fabulous. That was fabulous, Raymond. You how many poems you have up in that brain of yours? This is like I've heard you several times and I've never heard you say the same poem twice, except for my favorite, of course. You know what my favorite one is.
Shout out to several poets, but there are poets I haven't seen in 5 years, and when I see them, especially at a venue, they can get up and I can still say their poems with them because they only got like. So anyway,
don't go there, bro.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, all right.
So the thing is, you know my favorite one, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Can you just say the first line so I could? Can you just say the first line?
Oh boy, you know what? I don't even have that book with me, and I don't.
I have it. I have it. Oh, you mean yours, the one you're going to read it from?
Oh, yeah. But I tell you what, by breathing through concrete, I can say that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's put it up. Yeah.
And I'll say this from my poem. You're going to invest in what you want your idea of the future to be, one way or the other. You're going to invest in books like Breathing Through Concrete or not.
Absolutely. And the thing is, like with the networking that we've come up with, I met Raymond on the circuit, I met James on the circuit, and these are some hardworking brothers. And the thing that I like about them, along with a couple of others, Helena D. Lewis, a couple of others, I don't want to go down the list because I know I'm going to forget someone. They reach back. They reach back and they help the ones behind them. They shout out other poets. They're not trying to grab it all for themselves because they have learned, they know through his mercy that there's enough room for everyone. So there's no reason for that behavior. And to open up platforms like When the People Speak, When Women Speak, and New Jersey Poetry. And Raymond, I'm not sure what the names of your various platforms are, to have poets on where they can share their work and network with other people is fabulous. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for what you do.
Can I say one thing?
Absolutely.
So this coming Tuesday, I'm looking for poets who like to share love poems or love stories in all different facets. Doesn't have to be just about bringing romance. I have a short story I'm going to read about my father. It's about love in all the many different facets. And so if there are any poets out there who would like to be a part of Tuesday Night Love Letters, it's only an hour. Please contact me and we'll get you on. And I'll, like always, I'll be recording snippets to then produce and rebroadcast on my radio platforms.
Absolutely.
What time is that event too as well?
It's going to be 9 to 10 on Tuesdays.
All right.
Oh, and this Tuesday we have a special feature from Nettie Long Poetry.
Nettie Long, yes, Nettie Long. Beautiful Nettie Long. She's beautiful and her work is amazing. Raymond, I'll see you Sunday or Tuesday or one of those days. Okay.
Sunday, and I think Paige is hosting. And yeah, so
Okay.
thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you for joining us, and see you soon.
Thank you, brother. But we're going to move on to our next pop up performer, and I'm going to introduce this talented, ultra talented poet by the name of ChyKonic. Um, I'm going to say personally, um, ChyKonic honestly is the future of spoken word. And I truly mean that. I had the pleasure of sharing the same stage, slamming against her. She beat me up.
It bees that way sometime, bro.
But you know what? It definitely a worthy artist, phenomenal artist, and just doing some real beautiful things in the Jersey City poetry community, as well as the Montclair State University community. But to give her full accolades, um, ChyKonic recently graduated from Montclair State University. She's a poet representing Montclair State team and Jersey City Slam team. And she competed at the College Union Poetry Slam Invitational twice, and as well as the National Poetry Slam twice. So trust me, you'll
We hit
see.
final stage at Cupsy.
What'd you say?
Yeah, we hit final stage at Cupsy.
Ah.
That's with that trophy.
Throw it all out there. Throw it all out there. Um, she also continues to host Dam Slam, which is in West Orange, New Jersey. So as you see, she is definitely keeping this art form going live and strong in New Jersey. And you'll see in a moment while she's definitely a force and the future of spoken word. Help me bring to this stage right now the one, the only, ChyKonic.
Okay, we're gonna leave and let you have your glory here.
Thank you. Okay, so I have two quick poems for you guys. My first one is a quick backstory. I had a competition to write a I have a dream speech, and I didn't want to be the same as everyone else, so I did some research, and it turns out that Martin Luther King's mother was actually shot in church 6 years after him, and I just kind of did a persona piece to kind of um I won't say fiction, but an idea of some things that she could have been thinking as her last moments. So Miss King's last dream. I feel the warm blood pooling under me, the cold kissing my lips. I heard the shots, but I did not feel the bullet. I do not feel the pain. The deacons and choir cry over me. The floor vibrates with every panicked foot. I know I am going to die. I am not afraid. I wonder if my boy was, if he was in the same peace that I am in now. My grandson cradles me to his chest. His heartbeat is frantic, but he rocks me slow. I think about the first time I cradled my baby boy, how I thought these arms could be shelter, but I am just as much flesh as he was. When he finally was too large to be in mama's arms, I prayed that he would come back for a hug or a home cooked meal. He was always one to come back. I think about our Sunday dinners, how the house was thick with the smell of collards, and my boy would pour out in conversation with a mouthful of macaroni. He was always so full of God, full of wisdom, full of dreams, always pouring out the way I'm pouring out from stage to pew. Sometimes you just can't hold on to it all. Sometimes you have to be the feast. My son knew that 2 fish and 5 loaves could feed thousands, and he was so abundantly full that it was only right he shared the last meal, broke off pieces of himself to feed the movement. I hear the ambulance coming, red bouncing through the stained glass windows of the church. I look up at the altar and see the statue of Christ hanging from the cross. Deep down, I always knew my boy was special, the same way Mary knew her boy was special. We both should have expected the non believers to make martyrs of our sons. I guess it would be blasphemous to compare my family to Mary's, but how else do you explain my son's rising after death? How a bullet in Memphis buried him, but his voice and his dream still rings in every state across the country. Yeah, my boys always wanted to come back. I look into the eyes of Jesus, limp and dying. I don't think that he was afraid, just as I pray my boy wasn't, just as I am not now. I hear my son pouring over me, a white noise fading out the background. My body no longer a weight. I hope this isn't a dream, leaving this world behind to finally come back to my son as he has always come back to me. That's my first piece. It is a persona piece. I'm not Miss King. We know that. So hope you guys liked it and my interpretation of maybe her last thoughts. And then my last piece that I'm going to do is called Black Widow. Did you know that you're always 3 feet away from a spider? That on average, a person will swallow 8 a year in their sleep and never even know it? Meaning, no matter how hard you try to escape it, no matter how many cans of rage you barricade the room in, the arachnid will always find a way to be there with you. I have always been scared of spiders, scared to be caught up in the silk threads of an unknown creature, to be so big yet vulnerable to the silent pillars of 8 legs shifting. It's ironic how we fear the things that we embody. In a past life, I'm sure that I was a Black widow. I can see it in all the webs I'm spinning, how I delicately place silk around me, how I am woman massive and unapologetically Black. Did you know that the female of the species grows significantly larger than the males? That after mating, the female will consume her partner and he will have no power to stop her? How else do you explain me? My towering body serves as the red marking on the underbelly of the Lady Widow. My composition is intimidating. My silence is scariest of all. Dare leave me unsatisfied in the threads of sheets, and I will consume every unworthy man till he's no longer in existence. That's right, I eat them up. I finally understand why they're afraid of me now. How the straight in my back and the sharp of my tongue can sting like venom. How my desire to be bigger and live better can turn a boy into a bug stuck in my web. I am scared of spiders. Men are scared of me. No matter how hard they try to escape it, no matter how many glass ceilings you barricade me in, I will always find a way to be there with you. I get it. You have every right to fear a woman like me, scared to be caught up in the silk threads of a force untamed. No matter the space you crave, I am always on your heels, 3 feet behind, 3 feet in front, 3 feet above. You sleep on me, and it'll be my name that you feast on in slumber. Silk spinning and falling from your lips, and I promise that my becoming will be the hardest thing you've ever had to swallow, and I can't wait to watch you descend through the lens of 8 eyes, to fall from the top of misogyny to my prey with a deep-rooted fear in spiders. We are switching places. I am no longer afraid of the woman I am, and you will fear the tangle of the arachnid in every step you take. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, ChyKonic.
The fireball. Yes, girl, that was amazing. You know what? You made me sit here and think for the first poem that I want to write a piece like that. Like I was so into it, and of course, you were trying to personify and get into the moment, and you brought us all there. There were details in that poem that I closed my eyes and I was actually a witness to the scene, and so like it was amazing. That's what I'm trying to say with all of this. I get emotional about that, but it was good. It was very good. By the way, in the comments, brother Raymond Tyler, who has a couple of radio shows and couple of platforms. I think he wants to reach out to you after the show to connect with him to be taped for one of his shows. So I'll make the connections, or James will make the connection for you. That's what When People Speak is all about, connecting people and moving us in the proper direction in terms of poetry and spoken words. And girl, you got that fire. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Have an
Thank
awesome
you.
night.
Thank you. Thank you. That was ChyKonic.